As we enter the halfway point of the first round, one team remains at the top, unscathed and unbothered. However, a worthy challenger looks to break the streak and prove that they are going for the title. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rizal Memorial Stadium. This is one Taguig FC going up against Kaya FC Iloilo for this Sunday main event in your Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. My name is Jamer De La Cruz alongside Natasha Alquiros Dato. Tasha, good evening, and I'm really excited for this matchup. Two teams gunning for the title, two teams looking to prove their dominance here in club football here in the Philippines. What are your thoughts on this one?
Here in the PFL, of course, we always save the best for last. The main game for this weekend, one Taguig taking on Kaya FC Iloilo. As you've mentioned, Kaya, no goal scored against them yet, so they've maintained that clean record, perfect record so far. But you'd like to think that one Taguig could be the one. They could be the team that could ruin the party for the side of Kaya FC Iloilo, who it may seem like they're on a smooth sailing, but one Taguig proving to be a worthy opponent. Yep. They won their first two games. They beat Cebu 2-1. They beat Aguilas 3-0. They lost to Manila Digger 1-0. But after that, they bounced back quickly with a dominant thrashing of 13-0 against Army to just build up the momentum coming into this game going against Kaya FC Iloilo.
One Taguig says, I'm going to one-up you better with that. 12-0 for Kaya in their game last time against Philippine Army. But then one Taguig really did their best as we look into the starting lineups of one Taguig FC. A little bit of changes for them. Milos Kupic starts on goal for one Taguig FC. You have Omaso, and also you have Goldson, who had a hat-trick in this game against Philippine Army. And you also have Kiki Reichelt over there scoring his own hat-trick against Philippine Army. But one thing we want to look out for is this guy out here, Stephen Hom, who's going to be in defense. We've mentioned him, or we've talked about him during or before the start of the broadcast. He's going to be one of the players to watch out for. What are you expecting from Stephen Hom in this game?
Defensively, of course, to stay on point for the whole 90 minutes. As we all know, Kaya have scored in every game, especially with the like of Mike Ott leading the charge for them. And so Stephen Holm, his composure at the back will be something that the team of one Taguig will definitely be leaning on. He is a player that played for Stallion Laguna last year, but he quickly fit like a glove here for one Taguig. Has been a solid center back for them, very physical and capable of leading that back line alongside with Daisuke Sato.
He's going to be a man to watch for Kaya FC Iloilo as they try to extend their goal-scoring streak here. 25 goals scored so far in the competition for Kaya FC Iloilo, and that's one man who can stop them from scoring. Either they're going to go away with a draw, or more or less they want a win against Kaya FC Iloilo. With that, we want to know more about one Taguig FC's plan against Kaya FC Iloilo as we listen in to Coach Scott Cooper of one Taguig FC.
We're very excited, no? Yung game na to talagang we're expecting na maganda, no? Para sa mga audience dyan. So, in short, it's a big game. It's a big game for both teams, for both games. Siyempre, kami, we're looking forward na makuha namin yung 3 points, no? Sa against Kaya, and we're going to do our best na manalo kami against defending champion.
It's all about instilling the winning mentality for one Taguig FC for Coach Scott Cooper.
But of course, for the record, that was not Coach Scott Cooper. That is one of the assistant coaches of one Taguig. Naging Pinoy bigla si Scott Cooper eh.
But yeah, I mean, they really want to win against the top team in the league so far with Kaya FC Iloilo. On the other hand, we want to talk about Kaya FC Iloilo. Had a 2-0 defeat in the weekday against BG Pacom in the AFC Champions League 2, but still they are undefeated in the Philippines Football League. What are your thoughts so far on the performance of Kaya here in this tournament?
So for Kaya FC Iloilo, they're 5 for 5, 5 games played, 5 wins. But the difference now coming into this match against one Taguig is this is going to be their 3rd game played in 9 days. If you take a look at their record so far, big, massive wins. 12-0 versus Army, 1-0 versus Aguilas, 8-0 versus Mendiola, 3-0 versus Cebu, and 1-0 versus Stallion. But as we mentioned, they played last weekend. They had a midweek game on Thursday where they lost against BG Patom. And then now they're going to play against One Taguig. So it's 3 hard games within those 9 days. So you can expect that the squad will be rotated a lot and there could be a lot of tired legs. But let's see. And this game will definitely test the depth of the squad of Kaya FC Iloilo.
Talking about the rotation of the players, you want to see new players into the starting 11 of Kaya FC Iloilo. Plenty of changes as well for Coach Yoshide. First look of Paulo Bugas as his first start in the Kaya FC Iloilo jersey in this Philippines Football League. You also have Zambrano in the midfield alongside Ott. You have Mark Vincentiano in defense, who will be assisted by Fitch Arboleda. Really just a mix-up of players to make sure that everybody can contribute, and also rest some players as well because of the number of games that they've already played for this week. But if there's one person that you want to look into this squad, Tasha, who would it be?
Of course, it's the start of Paulo Bugas. Bugas is a player that every game so far this season, he's come off from the bench. And every time he's come off from the bench, he always makes a difference. He's able to create chances. Not necessarily the assist or the goal, but he makes the pass before the pass that makes the goal. So he's always part of the build-up plays. And now it's his time to really prove that now as a starting 11 in this matchup. But of course, this whole team will be tested. As you've mentioned, Rota and Arboleda in the back, Zambrano and that midfielder role alongside with Angeles, and a completely overhauled starting lineup as well up on the attack with Del Rosario, Martini Ray, and Paulo Bugas.
Well, it's been a long time coming for Paulo Bugas out here. There were rumors in the past that he's going to don the Kaya FC jersey, but then he played for Davao. Then when he transitioned over to Kaya FC Iloilo, started from the bench. Now he's going to be starting, and he's also going to be starting alongside his mentee, as we call it, Martini Ray, one of his players with FEU. But that's something that we're going to look forward to in this game. For now, let's hear it from Coach Yoshida of Kaya FC Iloilo.
Yes, of course, One Taguig FC is a really strong team. Also, we are a little bit tired from Champions League too. So we little bit rotate players. So we expect the fresh leg will do something today for winning. So we will try our best today.
Well, they want to keep the winning streak alive for Kaya FC Iloilo, and of course to tighten their grasp in that championship trophy, as we are now actually in the halfway point of the first round. All the 6 teams who want to make it to the championship round are now battling for position. What do you think is going to be the key for Kaya FC Iloilo if they want to keep that lead at the top of the standings?
As you mentioned, it's to continue on the perfect record. It's to build up every week, momentum after momentum. They don't have that same privilege when it comes to their Champions League performance. But you feel that when it comes to the PFL, they've kind of had it figured out. But of course, as you've mentioned, this is a league. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. And they have more games with those sometimes those Champions League games in between. So it's important for the players off the bench as well that when they do get the start, that they continue on with that great performance that the other players have as well.
Well, it's really exciting here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium as we gear up towards the main event of this week, the main event of this Sunday doubleheader. One Taguig FC squaring off against Kaya FC Iloilo. Before anything else, we want to thank you all for watching this game, and also encourage you to share the stream or even the pages of the Philippines Football League to your family and friends. You can follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We are available in all social media platforms. And of course, we also want to remind you of some of the games happening. We have the Women's International Friendly between Philippines and Uzbekistan on the 29th here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium as well at 7 p.m. And we do have the FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup coming to town next month, November 21st to December 7. So we want to see you all there. But for now, we wait here at the stands and we wait in your television screens as we look set for the matchup between One Taguig FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. One team wants to remain at the top of the standings. The other one wants to shake them off of that pedestal. As we have a good look at our match officials out here, we have referee John Mike Basinang, assisted by Relly Balila and Ismael Pasion. Our fourth official, Rodney Leble, and our match commissioner is Joseph Hensaya. Two teams looking to prove they're worthy of the title. Of course, Kaya FC Iloilo had a fair share of the silverware already. On the other side, you have One Taguig FC. Newcomers in the name, but many established names out there. As we have a quick glance again of the starting lineups, Coach Yu Ashide looking prime and set against One Taguig FC. So is the players for Kaya FC Iloilo. I mean, it's just a massive game that we have out here. Will it be this game that the league leaders are going to rattle from where they're sitting at right now, or will they continue their dominance in the league?
As we all know, Kaya FC Iloilo, 3 games in 9 days. Tough games as well. It was a Stallion last week and they won against BG Patom. Kahit home game, nasa Clark pa rin yun. So may biyahe pa rin yun. And now coming against One Taguig FC. One Taguig FC, as we all know, they have been on a high note when they started this season. They got fantastic wins against 2 top teams with Cebu and Aguilas. Though they lost to Digger, they quickly bounced back against Army. 13-0. And can they continue on that scoring dominance against a very organized Kaya FC Iloilo? A couple things to consider.
Well,
No Coach Scott Cooper here today. I haven't seen him at the stadium.
It's going to be a challenge for One Taguig, but they're not going to be rattled by that, as they're going to go for it right away from kickoff. The shot is going to go over the bar. So you mentioned no Scott Cooper in the vicinity. Coach Yoshida always there for Kaya FC Iloilo. So it's going to be interesting how the play style will change, or how One Taguig FC will battle it out against Kaya FC Iloilo.
But One Taguig FC from the get-go quickly trying their chances from distance. That was Casemiro. The chance was skied, but it was a statement made.
Well, they're not afraid of taking those shots, and they're moving forward again as Casemiro down the byline, but ball's going out for a throw-in. Kaya FC looking to continue their scoring streak here in the Philippines Football League. So far, they haven't missed the target. 25 goals scored in the league, and they're looking to add more to it. Rota wearing the armband right now for Kaya as the team captain. Del Rosario on the left side. Good pass to the middle. Ott shaping up, finds Bugas on the right. With the cross inside, headed away. Goldson looking to spark the counter, but Bugas is pestering him. Team captain Daisuke Sato dispossessed by Bugas. Ball stays with Kaya at the moment. Gonna try to play it from the back. Calm and composed, as what we always see and how we're always used to with Kaya FC Iloilo playing here. Arboleda with a forward pass. Martini just couldn't get to it. Now a counterattack is on, or not, says Yamazaki. Goldson with the interception. Covered well by Yamazaki. No foul called. Basinang says play on. Now Bugas on the right. Zambrano looks to feed it to Rota. Good pass from Arboleda. Now Del Rosario down that left side. Covered by 4 shirts there. Good pass. Zambrano shaping up. Couldn't pull the trigger from distance. Throw in favor of One Taguig FC.
As you mentioned, this is a big game, the biggest game of the week. It's a battle at the top of the table between Kaya FC Iloilo and One Taguig FC. take a look at their head-to-head. Last 3 times that these two teams have gone against each other, Kaya have won 2 times. And it was a draw the 3rd time that they went against each other. The last time was just in March earlier this year, where Kaya won 2-0 against Taguig. As you all know, this is a bit of a revamped One Taguig as well. They've signed players in important positions, just like Patrick Reichel leading up on top. He's also the top goal scorer so far for One Taguig at the moment. 5 goals to his name.
Let's see if Kiki can get his scoring boots here in this game. You talked about the win, or the 2-0 win of Kaya FC Iloilo against One Taguig in their previous matchup. It was actually Martini Rey and Simon Rota, who was on the starting 11, who scored in that meeting. So Coach Yu Yoshida opting to go for the familiar figures in that win against One Taguig. But of course, it's been a revamped squad as well for One Taguig FC. Only 3 holdovers from the last time that they faced each other, and one of them on the pitch right now, which is the team captain, Daisuke Sato. Let's see if good things will pan out for the boys in blue and white, as Kaya FC Iloilo moving forward now with Vincent Diano taken down. Foul is called by the referee.
And if you're any other team, if you're not a Kaya fan, at the moment, you are rooting for One Taguig in this game. Because you want it to be that much more interesting at the top of the table. You don't want Kaya to run away with the points.
Well, you want to see somebody shaking the boots of the league leaders here in the Philippines Football League. Parang ang hirap din kasing makita na there's only one team at the top, and then there's going to be like this perception that it's just a one-horse race. But it's not, basically, because there are other teams who are really battling for the title. There are other teams showing their worth in this league, and the One Taguig right now looking to defend this free kick and prevent Kaya from getting the first blood. Paulo Bugas dispossessed. Shirt tug there on Agema. I can even see that from our vantage point, Tasha.
That's going to be a stern warning for Paulo Bugas. Yes, you want to shake the momentum as well of Kaya FC if you are One Taguig.
Goldson dispossessed. Zambrano 1-2 with Ott. Martini Rey moving forward. Foul is called against One Taguig. That's Pete Forosuelo on the foul on Martini Rey.
You also have to know that Forosuelo gets the start over the usual suspect of Custodio in that first 11.
That's a good look with, I believe that's Coach Armin Soliman stepping in for Coach Scott Cooper there. Of course, the idea or the play style that was instilled by Coach Scott Cooper is what they're going to use in this game. But there is a chance for Kaya to score from this free kick. You have Mike Ott, you also have Zambrano, free kick specialists for Kaya. And this is a dangerous range as well.
We've seen Kaya able to convert from this distance. Let's see what they can do this time.
Ott opts to take it, but the header is out for a corner. Goldson took that to the head. They're checking on him and making sure that he's going to be fine, because he's one of the goal-scoring threats as well for One Taguig. Casemiro is up and looking set for this corner. Maikot will take it for an out swinger. Plenty of bodies inside the box for Kaya. And referee Mike Basina just wanted to calm things down. All of them jostling for a position right now inside the box. There's the delivery inside, looking for Rota on the far post. Foul is going to be called against Rota.
That was quick work from Akoto. Gets to it first before Rota.
Milos Kubic, first look at him here in this squad. We've seen Henry Bandekan Fong being the custodian for the posts. He sends it forward for one Taguig. Kaishu sends it out. Martini Ray giving chase, but Akoto will cover that side of the field for one Taguig. Stephen Om receiving the ball on the left side, sending it forward, looking for Sato, but unable to connect with the pass. Del Rosario. You could really feel that one Taguig wants to apply the pressure as early as in the midfield, just to make sure that Kaya won't be able to make any chances or worry them in front of goal.
You know that they have a threatening attacking line with the likes of Casemiro, Agyamang, and Reichelt. Reichelt, as you've mentioned already, top scorer so far for one Taguig. But you also have Casemiro and Agyamang. Both have 3 goals to their name already so far this season. Both have found the back of the net 3 times each. That's only from 4 games played.
So plenty of firepower there for one Taguig FC. So they want to use that pressure just to prime those goal scorers up front. Sato, on the other hand, heads it away from Paulo Bugas. Diano feeds it back to Kaishu Yamazaki.
But something to note as well for one Taguig is Aldeguer is not available for this matchup. So he has been a player that has been performing really well for one Taguig, especially on the attacking end, giving them that youthful glow on that right-hand side, creating chances for them.
A standout player from the U23 squad as well, Aldeguer. So they have to operate without him in this game. So, one of the holdovers from the previous season. A dynamic midfielder as well, connecting well with Daisuke Sato up front. Hartman, you know how lethal those passes are coming from him. They go back to Hartman. 11 minutes into this game, both sides feeling each other out. Long ball forward, looking for Reichelt. He leaves it. He thought, or he believes he's offside. Ball goes out of play though for a goal kick.
You could feel that both teams really just feeling each other out.
And they're within the threshold of testing the waters of both sides. As we are used to, the first 15 minutes is all about checking the squad or check. Oh, that's a different kind of feeling each other out, as Diano forcing the ball out of Sato's grasp, and now Bugas on the right side. The pass to Ott. Ooh, the dummy, but unable to connect. Now Hartman calming things down for one Taguig.
Of course, seeing that Sato with Diano on the left-hand side. I feel that it's slowly going to be heating up all throughout this matchup. Sato now playing that higher role, giving more that license to take up space up on the attacking left flank.
It's like an additional winger there for Casemiro as he's playing a wing-back position. Here's Sato on the left side. Through pass for Casemiro. Or Casemiro rather. Reichelt. Back to the middle they go for Omaso. You can see one Taguig right now. Almost all of the players playing on the half of Kaya FC Iloilo as a foul is called against Bugas. kick to be taken by one Taguig FC, and no better guy to take that free kick but Hartman. He has the power in his legs, the curling as well of the ball. But from this position, might just be a delivery for the players inside the box for one Taguig.
But Hartman, definitely a very technically gifted player.
Delivery inside. Casemiro got his head to it. It's been headed away by Kaya. Throw in. Go to the favor of the league leaders.
Bugas taking a second too long to make a decision. He was closed down by Agyamang.
There's a throw in from Bugas, finding Ott, who heads it towards Martini Rey, but it's been headed away by Furusuelo. Player goes down. Play continues as Hartman feeding the ball forward. Yamazaki is there. Arboleda looking to head that away, only as far as Agyamang, but Zambrano is there to help out. Now he couldn't keep it in play, so it's going to be a throw in for Kaya FC Iloilo. But what we've noticed so far in the first 15 minutes is that they don't want to rush things. They just want to calm things down and rotate the ball as much as possible. But if there's one chance that really is going to be threatening, I believe it's already coming from one Taguig early in the first few minutes of the game.
Definitely, when you have two top teams playing such an important game, with how you're affecting on the standings will be, again, the bigger the game, the margin for error gets smaller and smaller.
So the throw in. Ray battling for position. Foul is called against the youngster. And Hartman quickly takes the free kick. Steven moving forward for one Taguig. Daisuke Sato unable to control the pass. A bit strong for his liking, but it's out for a throw in favor of for Kaya FC Iloilo. Bugas heading it towards Martini Rey. But unable to connect to Del Rosario. Olivias takes it back to Kupic just to restart and find the open spaces. Long ball forward. Reichelt missing the header. Sato on Yamazaki, and it's foul called against the team captain of one Taguig. Casio taking his time on the deck. Must have been a strong challenge from Sato here.
Just on that follow through, hitting the leg of Yamazaki. Physicality in this match, of course, taking up a notch. As you all know, Daisuke Sato, player who plays very physical.
Physicality started with him and Diano in the early proceedings, and then he's the culprit of the foul against Yamazaki, who's now moving forward and dispossessed almost, but Zambrano is there to help out. So Kaya with possession once more. Arboleda, oof. Costly mistake there for Arboleda as Reichelt putting on the pressure, but the team captain Simon Rota, steady legs there for him. Diano sending it to the other side for Del Rosario. Good dribble there from Del Rosario. Cross inside for Ott. Bugas controls, takes a shot using the outside of the boot, but unable to get the curl he wanted for that shot.
And that's a good sequence of play from Kaya FC Iloilo that started with Diano finding the pass across to Lucas Del Rosario. Del Rosario beating his player 1v1 before giving that delivery on the opposite end, finding Bugas. tried to go for goal but couldn't keep it on target. But a play before that, if you rewind it just a bit, Arboleda as well on that left wing. Quickly, when he lost that ball, Taguig were able to create a chance out of that. But it was quickly stopped by Yamazaki. So you can see how dangerous both teams can be.
Yamazaki not happy being called for foul there. Quite physical on Kiki Reichelt. It's going to be a free kick once more for one Taguig. Have another look at this one, Tasha. Yeah, I didn't like that.
He's just cutting the way of Reichelt.
So Hartman now with the delivery from the free kick. Header in. First real test for Cortez, and he passes it.
Of course, when you have the likes of a player like Mark Hartman with those pinpoint deliveries and then able to connect aerially by one of the players of one Taguig.
I think that was
can be dangerous, especially on those free kicks, on set piece opportunities.
It was actually Agemang who tried to get his head to it. Now Casemiro, who usually plays up front for one Taguig, looking to help out in midfield and create those chances. Agemang with the through ball for Sato on the left against two players in yellow. Hugas got to it this time. The challenge or the pressure stays on, and a foul is called now against player number 71, Agemang.
It was good movement from Angeles to win it back. Just got clipped by Agyemang. Time to slow it down for Kaya FC.
"21 minutes so far, still scoreless between one Taguig FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. Both teams already threatening the goal a couple of times, but so far it's been steady for both sides. Del Rosario on the left side, headed away by Akoto. Free kick, or rather throw in deep into the territory of one Taguig FC. Mike Ott sends it back. Arboleda looking for that 1-2 with Ott. Zambrano now with the ball for Kaya. Rey taken away by Furusuelo, only as far as another player in yellow. A shot. And it's a save there for Kupic. Both teams already threatening their goalkeepers, and so far they're living up to the expectations.
That was a snapshot from Lucas Del Rosario. Just found himself the smallest of spaces, takes a chance anyways. Not enough to really challenge Kupic.
Arboleda now looking to restart for Kaya. Good pass towards Zambrano. Yamazaki, the pressure from one Taguig is really threatening, but Kaya really calm with the ball. Just passing it around, making sure that nobody in blue shirt would get that near their goalkeeper Cortez. Zambrano looking to move forward now for Kaya. Diano chests it down. Patience of Kaya FC Iloilo here, not rushing things, just looking for that open man as they pass the ball around. Bugas 1-2 with Angeles. Diano on the right side. Bugas slips. They reset with Angeles. Good 1-2 passing again from Kaya. Ott to Bugas. Player goes down. Foul is called, and it's going to be a free kick right at the edge of the box for Kaya FC Iloilo.
The fluidity of the passage of Kaya FC on that right-hand side, able to find the spaces in between the defenders. No one really pressing them, just aerially zoning them. That was Holm, who just clips on, gets entangled with Mike Ott rather, unintentionally. But nonetheless, it's a foul in favor of Kaya FC Iloilo. And a chance for them to convert from a dangerous area.
Dangerous spot for a free kick here. You have Mike Ott shaping up to it. You also miss the services of Janjan Meliza, who's on the bench for this kind of free kick for Kaya. Mikey looks set, and everybody inside the box for Kaya is waiting for the delivery. Going the far post, headed away by Taguig, and it's going to be a corner for Kaya.
See, a bit too much pace on that delivery, but ends up connecting anyways with a defender of Taguig, Akoto, who just makes sure that goes out.
Good way of covering Rota, who's also a threat with the header there. Corner. Kupic almost losing the ball, but holds on to it, making sure that it wouldn't cost a goal there. Steven Alm finds Sato on the left side. Looking for that through ball for Aguiemang. Player goes down. Foul is called against Aguiemang as Yamazaki goes down. Team captain Sato is not happy as he felt that call was a bit late from Basina.
That was a late challenge from Aguiemang on to Yamazaki. Call was right as Yamazaki did get to the ball first. And Aguiemang got all leg, no ball.
Good call there from Basina. Just a bit late for Sato's liking, but nevertheless a foul against Aguiemang. Now Kaya from that free kick looking to move forward with Lucas Del Rosario. Good dribble again from Del Rosario, but lost the ball now. Through pass for Reichelt. Looking for his teammates as nobody's supporting him at the moment. So, spreading it out wide for Akoto on the right side. Now Olivias with the cross. Yamazaki missed it, so does Rota. But cleared only as far as Sato. So with the 1-2, leaves it for Aguiemang, and a foul is going to be called against Kaya. Kung sa kabila, nagkaroon ng scoring threat itong Kaya. Dito naman sa side ng Taguig at the edge of the box as well.
And a couple of errors at the back there. Kaya FC Iloilo not fully able to clear the ball out of their 6-yard box properly. And eventually turns into another attack for Taguig. And like for like, parang every time may set piece opportunity for Kaya, meron din at the opposite end for Taguig. Again, in the same dangerous area.
Look who's shaping up for that free kick. You have 3 players looking to take this free kick. You have Hartman, of course, you're nominated #1 free kick specialist. Then you also have Casemiro and Sato. So it's about deception for Taguig here. You would expect it's going to be Hartman, but Sato fakes it. Hartman takes it straight to the gloves of Cortez.
Just wasn't enough to really trouble Cortez. Restart at the back for Kaya FC.
Cortez has already met a couple of shots that is a bit goal threatening, but he's showing steady hands for Kaya FC Iloilo. Yamazaki right now looking for a teammate to pass the ball on to. Finds Angeles on the right. Bugas feeds the ball forward for Martini Rey. Forazuelo is there to cover. Odd asking for a foul, nothing given. Casimiro. Handball is being asked by Kaya, but nothing given as well for the side of Coach Yuashide.
Taguig able to defuse that play of attack. This time around able to win the ball back.
Makoto right now looking to start the play from the back and combine with Stephen Hall. Now here's Akoto once again. Good 1-2 for Agiemang. Olivias being challenged here by Arboleda. Through pass for Reichelt on the right side. Yamazaki is there to cover. Good cross. Headed away by Mar. Vincent Diano.
An absolute crucial header from Mar Diano to stop Taguig from being able to turn that into an empty net. Cortez off position as well as he was adjusting from that corner. You could see Sato lurking in that back post, but Diano, aware to the challenge, gets to it first. For the efforts of Taguig, a corner in their favor.
Pressure stays on for Kaya FC Iloilo here as a corner delivered inside, and it's the opener for Taguig FC. And that's actually number 3, Frank Akoto. We've been trying to find a way to know about this guy before the broadcast, but he said, "My name is Frank Akoto and I just opened the scoring against the league leaders who now concedes a goal in the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season."
The delivery from Mark Hartman going to that far post. Cortez was caught off position and Akoto able to head that. Defender Arboleda was beat to it. Akoto gets a clear path to it, heads it to the back of the net. A scramble in the back of how to deal with this corner from Kaya FC and has quickly turned into a goal for Taguig.
The quad vision replay of Upstream Sports TV shows you how good that header is. And now the league leaders at the back foot after 31 minutes in this game against Taguig FC. Frank Akoto showing us how to score against the league leaders. We've been waiting for this before the start of the game. Who would actually score against Kaya? And Frank just answered us with that resounding header of his. But Kaya looking to get that goal back right away as they're passing the ball around up front. And Omaso forced to clear that out for a throw-in.
And you know that Taguig are a team that are very clinical and capable of giving spot-on deliveries from set-piece opportunities. And as we mentioned it also earlier, off-air, is that if there's one of two teams, di na namin sasabihin sino pa yung isang team, that could score against Kaya FC and just make things that much more interesting this season, it's going to be Taguig.
Taguig showing all the other title contenders how to score against Kaya, almost getting getting the equalizer, but Kupic is there to cover for Taguig FC. And gaya nga nung nabanggit natin kanina, Tasha, before the start of the game, one of two teams. Kayo nang bahala sa comment section kung sino yung isang team na naiisip namin na makakascore against Kaya. And so far, Taguig getting the one-up on KFC Iloilo, and they're looking to double up the lead with a shot from distance from Agemang. Just goes over the bar and away from Cortez's reach. Diano starts to play for Kaya. Bugas. He's been showing some flair on the right side, but not enough to threaten the goal mouth. And Ott moving forward, finding Lucas on the left. Lucas looking for the cross, but opts for the back pass towards Zambrano. Arboleda joining the attacking phase of Kaya. Lucas stops, turns, and finds Arboleda once again. Zambrano, pass to the middle for Ray. Good pass to Arboleda, 1-2 with Lucas on the turn, covered by So. Arboleda not gonna bother taking the shot because he saw the offside flag coming up.
For the first time this season, a team has scored against Kaya FC Iloilo. As we've mentioned, they've had a perfect record. 5 games, 5 wins, no goals scored against them. And it's taken this matchup against one Taguig. Now we're seeing how vulnerable Kaya FC can be dealing with those corner opportunities. Just a couple of errors in the back, poor man marking on the corner, leaving Akoto unchallenged. And heading it at the back of the net. 1-0 for one Taguig, 35 minutes played.
That's when you start raising the questions. Is it taking its toll now on Kaya, having consecutive matches in just a short span of time? They faced a very tough BG Pathum in the AFC Champions League 2, and now they're facing a formidable side in one Taguig FC. But they're trying their best right now to probably just equalize and calm things down for their side. They're still at the top of the table, but like what I said, questions are now being asked if it's being taken, if it's taking its toll on the league leaders.
Of course, 35 minutes in, but a lot more football to be played. Anything can still happen. But a good start, a good outing for one Taguig FC.
Foul is called against one Taguig FC. Yamazaki, who's been on the deck for plenty of times now in this game, getting the fouls in for Kaya. Now Arboleda. They go back to Simone Rota as they look to create a goal-scoring opportunity here. Del Rosario looking up. Marwin Angeles to Kaishu. Yamazaki to the middle for Ott. He was looking for the run there. He was playing that dummy run, but Bugas wasn't in position to receive the ball from Angeles.
And you have to give it as well to the back line of one Taguig, keeping it nice and tidy in the back.
Lukovic doing his best to keep the back line composed and organized. Now he sends a ball forward. Agyemang, the goal, or Agyemang. Now Arboleda being pressured on by Casemiro. Cortez dispossessed, but the offside flag is up. No question asked there for Reichelt. He knew he was offside. But that saves the blushes of Cortez.
You'd have to say they were lucky that that was called offside. That was a poor pass back to the goalkeeper, putting Cortez in the tight spot to be able to clear it.
Once again, one Taguig moving forward. Another offside called on the number 29, Reichelt. Angeles to Zambrano. Now Ott. Del Rosario. Back they go to Zambrano. Still have 7 minutes in the first half to level things up here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. Zambrano moving forward, thinking about the shot, takes it. And there was a deflection from Furezuelo as Kaya FC Iloilo will shape up for another corner.
And a set piece opportunity for Kaya FC Iloilo to get back in this game. They haven't really created any real challenge to Kupic so far.
They try to play it short. Bugas to Ott. Scramble inside the box. Zambrano. Still with Zambrano, and a foul is called against Aguiemang, and the free kick once more for Kaya. Plenty of chances for Kaya coming their way from the free kick, but unable to convert any goals so far. We have Ott shaping up for this free kick. Yamazaki and Rota looking to join the attack here as they try to go that far post again, but this time it's not connecting.
And another delivery just beyond the reach of the attacking players to really connect to that, to challenge, as we've mentioned, Kupic. Set piece opportunities around the box, corner chances have been piling up for Kaya. But they just haven't been as sharp.
Kaya might be asking themselves, have we left our scoring boots in the locker room as we are 5 minutes away from halftime? Angeles to Ray. Back they go to Angeles. Now they're trying to up the ante as Mar Vicendiano coming from the back and moving forward, finding Bugas almost on that sequence, but it goes out for a throw-in.
Just a disconnect on the attack there. That's going to be a throw-in back for One Taguig.
Hom clears it out. Yamazaki, mistake there. Reichelt unable to make them pay for it as Rota clears it out. A reunion of sorts for Rota and Reichelt, of course, both of them donning the national team colors. And Reichelt has been away from home for quite a few years, and now he's back here in the Philippines Football League, duking it out against his former national teammate in Simone Rota. Casemiro headed away by Yamazaki, and a counterattack is on for Kaya. Ray almost freed up front, but Kupic will hold on to the ball as it heads back towards his side.
You can see that was just a rushed attack from Kaya FC. So far, for everything that Kaya have thrown against the gig, they have been able to answer back.
And on the other side, for One Taguig, they've already got the goal in. And it doesn't feel like they're just out here defending over the next 45 minutes. They want to do more damage against the league leaders. Of course, we've mentioned that if at the end of the first round, the points are level, we go to the goal difference, and so far Kaya with the point advantage and the goal difference advantage as well on their side. So One Taguig will really look to apply more pressure and inflict more damage to the side of Kaya FC Iloilo.
And of course, if you're One Taguig, these are the games you have to win. If you want to challenge the defending champions, you have to beat them.
So far, so good for one Taguig and their first dig at Kaya FC Iloilo.
You just have to feel that Kaya FC Iloilo, a lot of mistakes, most especially at the back. Defensive line, a goalkeeper, just a lot of errors that are piling up. And you'd say uncharacteristically.
Well, Coach Yu Ashida will hope that the mistakes will stop coming for Kaya and they should be able to move up and threaten the goal mouth of Kupic and One Taguig FC. So far, One Taguig with that goal advantage as we're nearing the end of the first half. Cortez out of position in the 31st minute, the header behind him from Makoto. Now Lucas Del Rosario looking to move up with Arboleda on that left flank. Taken away once more by Kaya, but Reichelt has been a very good customer of that offside flag in this first half. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the third offside call on Patrick Reichelt so far in this game. Ham heads it out for Agiemang, being challenged by three players in yellow, and a foul is called against Zambrano.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes of
3
additional time.
minutes to be added here in the first half. 3 minutes for One Taguig FC to double the lead, or for Kaya FC Iloilo to level things up before they go to the break.
Of course, Kaya FC Iloilo, 3 games in 9 days. They had a midweek game playing against BG Pathum United. You could tell a couple of tired legs, a bit of a rotated squad here. But then again, that also comes with the privilege of winning the league, getting to play international tournaments. And as we've mentioned, the depth of the squad and the quality of the players is being tested. Backs against the wall. Let's see if they can answer back.
Winning the league is a double-edged sword indeed, as another shot from Agiemang from distance. This time, Cortez punches it out for a corner.
One Taguig doing well to win back a possession. Agiemang with acres of space takes his chance from distance, forcing a save from Cortez.
Again, it's uncharacteristic for Kaya FC Iloilo to give up those open spaces, those acres of space for One Taguig FC, for Agiemang particularly on that shot as they try to go short. That's going to be taken out again for another corner. Less than 90 seconds remaining in the first half. One Taguig will have a bit of a smile on their faces as they head into the halftime break. Another corner headed away by Yamazaki.
And another delivery from Mark Hartman, really testing the defensive players of Kaya FC Iloilo. Was headed away, but still now on the attack for One Taguig.
Feels like a patented delivery from Mark Hartman. The curling ball, it starts way wide and then curls right in tight on that far post for One Taguig. And now throw in, headed away by Ham. Reichelt with a chance. Zambrano, Kaya scrambling to clear the ball out. So finds Sato on the left side. Could be the final chance of the first half for One Taguig. Casemiro brings it back to So. Long ball forward. Sato. Now Rota clears it out. Only as far as Forasuelo. Being challenged by Ray. Forasuelo. Advantage is called for One Taguig. Agyemang. Still with Agyemang. Finds Forasuelo. A shot. Oh! That was over the bar. But it was threatening. And what a way to end the first half. Almost a goal for One Taguig FC. But they'll be happy heading into the break.
And you feel
With
that
that lead.
Kaya FC were very lucky that the whistle for halftime was already blown, because you feel that another goal was just smoking in the air. Nonetheless, what a performance in this first half by One Taguig FC.
Akoto getting the goal in for One Taguig FC. And so far, the league leaders are on the back foot heading into the break. We'll be talking about that more once we go back from the break. But so far, it's One Taguig FC 1. Kaya FC Iloilo will be back after a short break. Halftime here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, and so far the league leaders have been scored on by One Taguig FC, courtesy of Frank Akoto in the 31st minute, and we have a lot to unbox and unfold for you guys here at halftime, Tasha. First half, Akoto with the opener for One Taguig, but there's been plenty more that worked the way of One Taguig.
Definitely so. You felt that even the likes of Agyemang, with his chances outside the box, they've been dangerous. It's one of the closest that we've seen from Kaya FC, and that was still far on out. You also have the likes of Yamazaki, a bit worrisome. He's had a couple of off touches as well, a bit of poor clearances from him. That was a chance from Lucas Del Rosario, trying his luck from distance. Not enough to really trouble Kupic. This was the set piece opportunity, and you'd feel that the delivery was just a bit beyond the attacking players. This was a chance from a set piece by Mark Hartman. That was Reichelt forcing that defensive header from Diano, and this is how they scored at that back line there. Akoto just a head above everyone else. You could tell that Kaya FC have had their chances, but they haven't been as threatening as the likes of this chance right here from Agyemang. Then forcing another one as well from Forsuelo, venturing forward as well. And halftime stats, possession-wise, 43% possession for One Taguig, 57% for Kaya FC, 7 for One Taguig, 5 for Kaya. When it comes to shots, 4 on target, a piece for both teams. But the most important is the one converted by One Taguig into that goal, into the lead coming into this halftime break. They've also had 3 corners, and from those 3, as we've mentioned, that was how the goal was scored against Kaya FC.
Well, Akoto has been providing the goods from the back line and on the front line in the attack for them, as he scored the opener in the 31st minute. There are plenty of things that you want to change with Kaya FC Iloilo. With the way that they're playing, you could see that it's really taking its toll on them. 3 matches in 9 days, and they have to rotate their squad. If there's some changes that you want to see with Coach Yoshide in this second half, what would it be, Tasha?
Well, defensively, of course, when you have a player like Marco Casambre, who has been in great form the last few couple of matches, you'd want to see him come on to the pitch and help have that sense of stability at the back. When it comes to the midfielders, it just doesn't seem to be clicking so well between Zambrano, Angeles, and Ot. And up on top as well, you feel that all around the park, it's just been a lackluster first half from Kaya FC Iloilo. They do have one more half to play, and let's see the adjustments that Coach Yu Hoshide will make in this matchup.
Well, away from your screens, ladies and gentlemen, we're already seeing a couple of changes for Coach Yu Hoshide coming in for the second half. You have Kenshiro Daniels, Manu Stoffner, and Marco Casambre coming in for KFC Iloilo. They're coming in for Zambrano. You also have Arboleda and Martini Rey checking out for Coach Yu Ashida and KFC Iloilo. You've talked about the changes that you want to see. One of them is Marco Casambre, who's already into the squad for the second half. But on the other side, you don't see any changes for One Taguig. Well, it's self-explanatory. Everything's working well for them in the first 45 minutes, and they want to make use of the momentum that they got after that goal from Makoto. So it's going to be interesting for the second half how One Taguig will keep this lead intact for them or add to it if they like, or will KFC Iloilo get to it and equalize and possibly keep their spot or keep their record spotless in the Philippines Football League table. Before that, we have the Women's International Friendly coming up on the 29th of October against Uzbekistan at 7 p.m. here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. And we also have the FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup on November 21st to December 7th. If you want to grab your tickets, you don't have to hesitate. Just visit fifa.com/tickets to book a spot at the stadium for the FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup. We're into the second half between One Taguig FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. Del Rosario being freed up on the left side by Ott. Kenshir Daniels with his first touches of the ball in the second half. Bugas unable to get his head to it, and it rolls out for a throw.
I feel that as Kaya have made 2 defensive substitutions, but only one defender was subbed out, and the other one was the defensive midfielder or the midfielder in Zambrano, that Yamazaki will venture now into that midfield position like what he did against BG Patom, and Cassandra will play that center back position.
Let's see if those adjustments will work for Coach Yu Ashida and KFC Iloilo as they're trailing the game by just a goal. Something that we haven't seen here in the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season.
It's also going to be the first test as well for Thoffner. Say second, because he did start in that game where he got a red card on his first day playing in the PFL. But it's going to be a good test as well with their new signing of Thoffner on that left back position.
He hasn't planted his foot here in the Philippines Football League yet. He has 45 minutes to prove his worth for Kaya in the league as Kenny moves up. Daniels with a cross, but covered well by Kupic.
Quick work from Daniels down that left flank. Yamazaki winning the ball back. Feel that sense of energy from him to be reunited in the spot that he feels that he is born to play.
Doesn't feel out of position now as Yamazaki moves up a bit for Kaya. Challenge there by Rota. Play continues as One Taguig have possession. Bias finds Mark Hartman, who's looking up. The pass cleared away only as far as Casemiro. With a shot, he sends it out for a goal kick.
It was a poor clearance there that just fell perfectly in the path of a One Taguig player. Couldn't keep that shot on target. But you can tell how dangerous One Taguig can be from missed clearances coming from Kaya FC.
Player is down right now for One Taguig as a physio is being called in by referee John Mike Basingang. That was Sagyamang who's down on the ground. Also had a good look of Coach Arvin Soliman earlier, enjoying that 1-0 advantage over the league leaders Kaya FC Iloilo.
So we talked about, of course, what changes need to be made for Kaya FC. And we said all around the park, narinig tayo ni Coach Yu Hoshide, made one defensive change, a midfield change, and a change up on top as well. But for One Taguig FC, no changes coming into this second half. They were in control in that first half, had the more dangerous chances, and were able to convert. Before the end of the first half, it looked like they were about to score. You could feel that another goal was coming. But the halftime whistle cut them off.
You said they were very lucky to hear that halftime whistle, as Porasuelo with that last effort in the dying minutes or dying moments of the first half. And right now, Kaya FC Iloilo still with a 1-0 deficit against 1 Taguig FC. Agiemang is sprinting his way towards the midline just to give the referee the signal that I'm ready to go. Mount Stoffner on the left, giving the pass towards Del Rosario. Waited a bit too long for Del Rosario, but player is down for Kaya. That's Kenshira Daniels. Referee just checking in on Kenshira Daniels there. Might have felt the contact in the sequence of play. Talking about that, a good one too, coming from Maunus Toffner from the left, going towards Del Rosario, but just unable to connect. So Kaya starts the play once more. Diano finding Angeles. Stephen kicks it out for a throw in. Kaya looking to make something out of this attacking phase. Still a long way to go for the league leaders to equalize.
It's going to be hard to go against a 1 Taguig team that has been defensively on point as well, making it that much harder to score against.
We mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Stephen is the one of the players to look out for, as he's going to prevent the attack coming from Kaya. And in the first 45 minutes, he's done his job well, prevented the attack coming from his side of the field. He has a lot more to hold off, as Kaya, whenever they're down by a goal or two, especially in the Philippines Football League, they try their best and they will do their best to find those openings. Toffner finds Lucas Del Rosario, now leaves it for Kenshira Daniels. Good pass towards Del Rosario on the left. Across. Nobody there for Kaya. Sato. Shot from distance. That was Diano, but that was over the bar as well. And out of reach for Kupic.
Better signs of life towards the start of the second half for Kaya FC. Chances haven't as been as crisp, but they're finding themselves in the attacking third on more occasions.
Kupic sends it out, and Reichel is the recipient of it. Yamazaki dispossessed by Agiemang. Olivias, good pass towards Reichel, but covered well by Casambre. No foul, says the referee. The play continues for Kaya. Now Del Rosario heads it towards Ott. Hartman will roll that out. Rota gets to it. Casambre providing that stability you were looking for in the back in the early proceedings of the second half, and giving Yamazaki as well the liberty of moving up in attack. They'll have to wait for the chance to come back their side as Bias wins the ball for 1 Taguig. Casambre is called for a foul. Too much physicality on Reichel.
Another player that you're surprised not to see in this first 11, or that has been subbed in, is the likes of Gavin Muans for the side of Kaya FC Iloilo.
Players down for 1 Taguig, but you mentioned Gavin Muins, not part of the starting 11 for Kaya. Over the last 2 games, Kaya has played, he's taken more of a midfield role for them, kind of the usual position that he plays in with the other 23s. He's providing that kind of stability for them in midfield in the sense that he can find the open man up front and at the same time to just be the option where they could pivot the attack from left to right.
And as I added earlier, if Eldeguer is the youthful glow for the side of One Taguig, I feel that Gavin Muens is the same for the side of Kaya FC.
Reichel putting on the pressure. Hartman gets to it, but Del Rosario wins the ball for Kaya. On the left side he goes, gets past Hartman, trying to get into the middle. Takes it back, Yamazaki. Pass to the middle for Ott. On the turn, Ott fakes, takes it, blocked by his own teammate, but a chance for Kaya. Daniels covered well by Kupic. The foul is called against Kaya FC Iloilo as a contact was made by Daniels towards the goalkeeper.
Sequence of attack for Kaya FC looking really dangerous, but Kupic coming out big. It was 50-50 on that chance. My God, just hitting the ball, hitting Del Rosario. It was a 50-50 ball that Daniels and Kupic both went for. And as the keeper got hit in the instance, of course, we have stopped the play. But very brave goalkeeping from Kupic. To make sure to protect the lead of One Taguig FC.
Well, they say goalkeepers can be crazy.
I have to double check again if you could see that replay one more time if Lucas Del Rosario was in a offside position when the ball hit his leg before it bounced back.
It was quite close actually with Lucas Del Rosario, but nevertheless, a free kick coming in for Kaya FC Iloilo as they try to go for the goal or for the leveler here in this game. Mike Ott.
Now we're seeing as well Kaya FC just looking a bit more dangerous on the attack, challenging One Taguig, causing all sorts of problems for them.
Ronta with the shot that was blocked by the defense. Bugas to restart. 1-2 for Kaya. Angeles covered by Halm. Diano takes it back to Bugas with the cross. Straight to the gloves of Kupic.
And Kupic has been solid at the back. It's only had to be tested a couple of times. But in those few instances, he came out big.
Another foul called, this time on the side of One Taguig FC as Rota and Agyemang collided for that ball. Rota being the recipient of the harder challenge there. Not to the liking of referee John Mike Basina.
Agyemang, of course, proving to be a dangerous player up on top for One Taguig. There's a lot of fire in the chances that he's created. He's good at winning the ball back. And if he finds some space, you know that he can take those chances from distance.
Good ball forward now from Thalfner, but not enough speed on those legs from Michael. He recognizes the pass. He knew that was for him. Just unable to get to the paces.
I'd say the opposite way, that the pass was too strong rather than my God couldn't get there in time.
Restarts for One Taguig. Ball goes out of play once again for Kaya. This is going to be a throw in for the boys in yellow and black.
Coming into the hour mark. Kaya still on the back foot. Probably something that they're not used to in the league so far. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, haven't been scored at or haven't been scored on by any teams in the league. Almost averaging 5 goals a game. Right now having a difficult time moving up and finding the gaps of one Taguig FC. Feels like Frank Akoto is down because he's feeling something in his legs.
You feel that the start to the second half hasn't been the same impact that one Taguig has put out throughout that first half. It's taking them a while to jump into the second half since the game has restarted. They couldn't carry on that momentum they had, especially towards the end of that first half. Of course, nonetheless, they're about to introduce fresh legs, first substitution that they're about to make. And that's most likely going to be Hiraishi in for Akoto.
So now to Hiraishi's coming in for Frank Akoto. The goal scorer's day is done here against Kaya FC Iloilo. Hartman moving up right now for one Taguig, headed away by Casambre. Mount Stoffner clears it out of danger, but only as far as Agemang. Bias moves forward, still with Bias, blocked by Angeles. Daniels looking for that counterattack. Del Rosario goes down and a foul is called against one Taguig. Rota, team captain, to Mike Ott. Yamazaki having a bit more freedom in midfield. Del Rosario pass towards the side of Daniels. A bit strong as Kupic gets to it.
Kaya FC able to find those passes and threading the needle down the middle. And it just was at the very end where Daniels couldn't get a touch to it. And Kupic able to collect.
Daniels will be asking for that chance to come his way once again as Mount Stoffner moving forward for Kaya. Not in the same wavelength though with Daniels, but he's giving chase against Stephen Hum. Will cover that ball. Foul is called against Daniels. Kupic to take the free kick for one Taguig FC. It's been a good game so far for Kupic. You mentioned he's been challenged a couple of times already in the first half and also here in the second half, but proving his worth for one Taguig FC, keeping that clean sheet so far. Reichelt looking to head that towards Agemang. There is a deflection coming from Mount Stoffner. Coach Yoshi, they might just be making a few more changes to apply more pressure onto the side of one Taguig. Agemang on the right. To the middle they go for Oli Bias. Touch too strong for Oli. Now Yamazaki goes down. Play continues. Daniels finds Del Rosario. Yamazaki. Challenge from behind from Reichelt. Things are heating up here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Reichelt and Yamazaki got entangled in that sequence.
Things heating up between these two players. It was Reichelt who gave the foul. bit of taunting as well at the end there. There was a complete foul there from Reichelt on Yamazaki. He clipped the legs there. But he does enough to rile up Yamazaki. So as he already deserves that yellow card, he makes sure that Yamazaki gets a yellow card as well.
Reichelt getting into the head of Yamazaki in that sequence. And he makes that yellow card worth it, as both of them gets the yellow card. But in the offing, there was a substitution. It's Marvin Angeles coming off for Janjan Meliza. So they're looking for that spark plug in midfield, and they decide to bring in Meliza. Bugas on the right, covered by three players in blue. Yamazaki not connecting with any player up front.
Meliza, a player who has scored 4 goals this season so far for Kaya FC and has had 3 assists as well. And let's see the difference that he can create coming off the bench for the side of Kaya FC, that are still clawing their way back into this match. So One Taguig still with a comfortable 1-0 lead.
Honest clears it. Bugas, who looks to switch positions with Janjan Meliza. That's where Marvin Angeles was positioned earlier on when he was on the field. So a bit of an attacking-minded squad right now for KFC Iloilo, and they have to, because they're down by a goal against One Taguig FC. Diano sending it forward for Del Rosario. Hiraishi clears it out for One Taguig. Agiemang is there to help out Kiki Reichel. Agiemang still with the ball against Mauna Stoffner, who takes a shot now, but it goes out for a goal kick.
Stoffner not giving it away, just following the pace of Agiemang.
Kaishi Yamazaki resets with Rota. 66 minutes have gone by here in this game. One Taguig still enjoying that 1-0 advantage. Daniels on the left side gets past Ham but falls down because there is a foul called against Ham.
And once upon a time, towards the start of last season, Halm and Daniels were both teammates in Stallion Laguna.
Now they're wearing opposite shirts and still making each other feel their presence. With that, a free kick is on deck for Kaya. Mike Ott with the delivery. A bit short, headed out. Hireishi with the follow-up to make sure that Kaya won't make them pay. Throw in for Mike Ott and Kaya FC Iloilo. Yamazaki to Daniels, goes down. Another foul is called against One Taguig.
I feel that Daniels has been winning a lot of opportunities for free kicks for the side of Kaya FC Iloilo. He just couldn't keep control of that ball to start the attack.
That brought the disappointment of the KFC Iloilo fans in attendance, as you could hear the ooze of the crowd earlier when he missed that touch. Casemiro with the block on Rota, so a throw in for Kaya. Kaishi Yamazaki with the ball. Now Diano. A chance for Kaya in the counter. Bugas finding Meliza on the right. Gives the 1-2. Rishi getting that away. Play continues for Kaya. Ott 1-2. Daniels with a shot. Halm with the block.
Good defensive work from Halm to just stay in the path of Kenshiro Daniels. That was perfectly laid on for him. But Stephen Halm makes sure that it doesn't even turn into a chance that Kupic has to take care of.
Well, they've been on the same side of the field in the previous season. He knows the capabilities of Daniels and he was able to block the attempt from Daniels. As a counterattack is on for Taguig. Oh! Casemiro looking for the spectacular there, almost sending the crowd here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium in a frenzy.
And that wasn't far out. Injected a bit of life here at Rizal Memorial Stadium. Everyone on their feet.
Kaya looking to break that momentum though, as Melisa up going for that counter, but unable to make something out of it. Melisa. Casemiro with the interception. Taguig still with possession here.
And after Taguig were able to deal with the numerous attacks in the first 15-minute block of the second half coming in from Kaya FC, you could feel a shift of momentum again for Taguig.
Looks like Goldson Casemiro's day is done. As we look into the chance again by Kaya. Daniels was blocked well by Halm. And then look at this effort from Casemiro. So Cortez is out of his line. Just a bit strong for Casemiro to get that wonder goal there. So the substitution coming in for Taguig, that's Kurt Dizon checking in for Casemiro.
For Taguig FC, player number 18, called as on Casemiro Marquez, replaced by player number 19, player Jordan Dizon.
It's more of a like for like for Coach Arvin Soliman and the Taguig FC in this game. Still a 1-0 advantage thanks to that 31st minute goal from Frank Akoto. Kaya looking for that counter. Touch too strong for Diano. Daniels with a challenge and Kaya wins it. Diano, fake 1-2. Diano still with the ball, looking for that through pass for Del Rosario. Gets here to Daniels, looking for the shot. Unable to convert from close range. Forcing a corner in the process.
Daniels creating troubles up on top. Great passage of play from Kaya FC. And it's Diana who's been really helping out, creating chances. Daniels gets there first. Another touch there. Tries to hit it across, but Kupic just standing his ground, blocking the angle. But a corner for the efforts of Kaya FC.
Here's the delivery from Janjan Melisa. Goes to the back post for Rota, headed away. Pressure stays on. Reichelt goes down and counterattack. Unable to get that counter as Bugas blocking the ball. Hartman goes down. Bias against Toffner. Foul is called against Paulo Bugas. A strong challenge on Mark Hartman, but he goes back and apologizes to his kuya.
And that was a late challenge from Paulo Bugas.
Substitution for Kaya Iloilo. Player number
So another attacking change here for Kaya as Jovin Bedic checks in for Lucas Del Rosario. Coach Yu Oshide now shuffling the cards and looking for that magic bunot that we are always saying, that super sub from the bench. Will it be Jovin Bedic? Daniels missing the touch. Bias takes it back to Hartman. Forward pass looking for Hiraishi. Goes past Iraishi and Cortez holds on to the ball. Into the final 15 minutes of the game. Ott thought about it, passing it to Melisa. Cross blocked. And Hardman prevents the corner and just leaves it for a throw-in.
And you got to give it to Hartman for making that defensive run to avoid the corner. But eventually, the corner will still be given in favor of Kaya FC.
Good push from Bugas to force that corner. Looking to score from a set piece, just like how Akoto scored in the first half. Janjan Melisa looking up and shaping this challenge from Kaya. Far post, Kupic with the punch. Headed out. Casambre giving chase. Agyemang with the clearance.
And Agyemang has been spectacular, not only on the attack, but on moments like that as well.
Ott almost breaking through, but that's been blocked by the defense and leaving that counterattack open for Taguig. Kurt Dizon, who used to wear that yellow shirt, gives it to Reichel. A shot! Visit will fly the right post.
And you have to give it to Taguig. Their attempts have been that much more heart-stopping as compared to the chances created by Kaya FC. Fewer chances that they've created in the second half, but they've all been deadly.
Reichel shot fooled everybody in the stadium, including our stadium announcer. Thought that was a goal, but just fizzing out wide the right post. And now Kaya looking to go for that attack. 1-2 for Thoffner and Bedic. With the clearance. Reichel against Casambre. Reichel wins it. Through ball, but Casambre gets the possession again for Kaya.
It was a well pass from Casambre to just slow things down.
Taguig asking for the throw in, but nothing given. As Hom keeping that away from Ott. Mark Hartman against Bedic. Taguig looking for that counter. Hiraishi on the left side. Agyemang being the option. Hiraishi moves forward. Now dispossessed by Rota. Chance on a counter for Janjan Melisa and Kaya. Not the 1-2 that they were looking for between Bedic and Melisa. Hiraishi recovers for Taguig. Dizon with the 1-2. Good dribble there. Taken away, Yamazaki to start the play for Kaya.
It was well timed from Casambre to stop the attack of Kurt Dizon.
Bugas now in the middle, looking for that through pass for Daniels. Not able to connect though. Reichel brings it down. Casambre covering well. Agyemang. Bugas getting that block in, making sure the through ball won't make it to Reichel. Yamazaki to Daniels. On the left side they go for Maunus. Thoffner with the cross. Bedic getting in the way. Another chance gone begging for Kaya FC Iloilo.
It feels like it's a reoccurring story that they find themselves in the attacking third. But that's it. Nothing really of chances that are created. Great build-up, but not the ending that they want.
Missing that exclamation point at the end of that attacking phase. But here's Yamazaki inside the box, goes down. Clean as a whistle. says John Mike Basinang as play continues for One Taguig. Now Kaya getting that ball again. Hiraishi switching the play to Hartman. Good fake. And now
I feel that Mark Hartman has been all over the place. Left back, right back, controlling that midfield.
Agyemang now moving forward for One Taguig. Hartman has been providing the goods for One Taguig, be it on the attack or the defense. And on the attacking phase goes Kurt Dizon. Used to play under Coach Yu Ashide a couple of seasons back. Duking it out now against his former employers. Cortez to Toffner, who wants to start the play from the back. On. Covered well by Omaiso. The challenge is in, and a throw in for One Taguig.
And the aggression of Mike ought to make amends. Then again, 80 minutes in, and it's still 1-0 in favor of One Taguig. Set the tone early in the first half.
Kaya only have less than 10 minutes to equalize at the very least in this game. But they have a corner to defend after that deflection. Dizon and Hartman taking their time and taking the corner. In the past, it wouldn't work if you want to waste your time taking the corner or keeping the ball out of play. But with the rule changes, whatever stoppage we have in the game, they add it towards the end. We've seen that in the past edition of the World Cup, and we're seeing it now here in the Philippines Football League as well. Hartman to take this corner. Headed out by Yamazaki. But only as far as Kurt Dizon, who gets the ball for One Taguig. Dizon still with the ball. Majestic dribbling from the substitute. Casambre with the clearance.
Agyemang again. Crucial touch to win it back in their favor.
Saw the opportunity, but unable to make Kaya pay for that mistake. Magnus Toffner sends it forward. Kupic heads it out. The sweeper keeper of One Taguig, making sure that won't bother him. Yamazaki. Takes it back to Diano. Now Toffner. To the left side for Bugas. Yamazaki, the 1-2, didn't click that time for Kaya. Casambre wins it for Kaya FC Iloilo. Rota receives it again from Melisa. Olivias just heading it back to Kupic. 7 minutes for Kaya to level things here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. But credit where it's due, One Taguig FC making sure that the league leaders will work for that.
You could see that they're controlling the game in moments, slowing things down.
Throw Reichelt against Toffner. Switches the play to the left side. Hiraishi, enough space to operate. Takes the shot. Bugas heads it back. Agiemang is there. Olivias with a cross. Casambre with a block. Dizon puts it to his stronger left foot, but unable to curl it into the goal and past Cortez.
One Taguig again looking very dangerous on the attack.
You can now hear the fans of Kaya FC Iloilo. Kenny, isa lang. Isa lang, Kenny. That's what Kaya wants. Just one goal to level things up and keep the lead intact at the top of the standings for Kaya FC Iloilo. Toffner. Kenny with a shot. Hom with the block. Not enough power there from Daniels. Reichelt against Casambre. Casambre wins it. Coming into the final 5 minutes of the game, and still Kaya FC Iloilo unable to break that wall that is called One Taguig.
You think about it in that first half as well. Taguig with 47% possession. Kaya with 53, despite the tad bit superiority in possession. They weren't able to convert that possession into attacks and into chances, into goals. And it feels like it's replicated again here in the second half, enjoying more of the possession, able to bring the ball around. But then no clear-cut chances to show for as compared to One Taguig. Not as much possession, but they're able to quickly transition into chances when they have the ball. When they do have the ball, they're dangerous on the ball.
Well, One Taguig making sure that they make the most out of the possession that they have in this game. They already have a goal to the goods. Kaya FC Iloilo having much time with the ball, but not really getting clinical in terms of the chances on their side. Reichelt right now for One Taguig. So, challenge in by Melisa. Play continues. Melisa goes down. Sato getting physical with the team captain.
And you think for sure Sato, surprisingly, is that So who was on that challenge? Hope we could get a replay again. But from here, it looked like a clothesline challenge. So a bit too much arms there, and I'd say that that was from Sato, but it's because So hit the referee. That's where the yellow card happened. And I'd say that that's also a strength of One Taguig, is diverting the attention. Because you'd think that from the double challenge and the challenge as well after, that Sato would have gotten a yellow card.
Omaso making a whole new meaning of taking one for the team. He took that yellow card for Sato after that challenge on Melisa. Then eventually, Sato getting the yellow card. What's with commentators?
It's not on our screen, but eventually the confirmation is made. We saw them give it.
A header in. Oh, glancing header from Diano. Almost getting it into the back of the net. Bedic wants Kupic to start the play right away. Let's take a look at that replay here.
Just not enough contact on the flick from Diano, and that sails outward bounds. But a dangerous moment, allowing that ball to bounce right before that goal mouth.
Kupic with the goal kick now. As everybody in the Rizal Memorial Stadium waiting in anticipation of how much stoppage time we're gonna have here. We've had plenty of stoppages in the game. Will it be enough to allow Kaya FC to have enough time to level things in this match? Oli Bias, good pass, still with Bias. Bias looks up and takes a strike, sends it wide off Cortez's reach.
quality from Bias. The speed on the ball, off the ball, the 1-2s, getting it back, making the chance. It was off target, but it wasn't far.
It's getting close to that final nail in the coffin, if we could say. They have to wait, as Kaya have a chance here on the attacking phase. Melisa on the right. Thought about it and brought it back to Diano. Ott left it for Daniels, but not connecting. Dizon trying to maneuver his way past two players in yellow. Still keeping the ball and manages to get it towards Hiraishi. And now a counterattack is on for One Taguig. A chance to seal the deal. Agyemang. Now Hiraishi. Time to slow things down for One Taguig, but now they're moving forward again. Hiraishi with the cross, Casambre with the block, and a shot! Cortez with a save, and preventing that second goal coming in from One Taguig.
And that's 7 minutes of added time to be added in the second half here. I'd say that that's quite a lot. And the chance from distance, forcing Cortez to make a save. And all of that started as well when, I'm lost for words there, when Dizon was able to get out the press of two Kaya players and lead the attack. Another corner now in favor of One Taguig.
Referee John Mike Besin giving a yellow card to, I think it was Hartman that was brandished the yellow card because of time wasting. Substitution coming in for One Taguig. Matthew Custodio is checking in for Stephen Hom. Coach Arvin Soliman feels that Stephen Hom already done his job for the day, but in the process of doing so, replacing him with another formidable player in Matthew Custodio.
Stephen Hall doing his job as he exits this matchup. Keeping all the chances of Kaya FC at bay. Definitely a great signing for One Taguig at the back.
So here's One Taguig with another chance. Blocked by Simon Erota. They only have 5 minutes according to the stoppage time that we've had. So 7 minutes added on top of the 90. Agyemang taken away by Kaya, but they have another chance through a throw-in.
And you could really feel it, Kaya looking a bit sluggish in this matchup.
Hartman brings it down and dribbles the left side. Reichel looking for the turn, covered by two players in yellow. Magnus Stoffner will look to clear for Kaya. Daisuke Sato heads it away. Now Bedic finds Ott. Switches the play to the left for Daniels. Good coverage again by Agyemang. Stoffner goes down. Play continues. Not anymore as a foul is called against One Taguig.
I feel that that was two dangerous chances in a row. Two dangerous sliding tackles, rather.
One Taguig's bench felt that it came in late. Nonetheless, a foul in favor of Kaya. Janjan Melisa will take this free kick for the yellow and black. Melisa with the delivery inside. Oh, what an effort there from Daisuke Sato. Already going down and heading it out for a throw-in.
And from Daisuke Sato, you expect nothing less.
been to many crucial battles in the past, be it here in the Philippines or abroad, be it with the national team or the club level. Daisuke Sato making sure that they keep the lead intact. Toffner with the throw in. Bugas looking for the shot. It's not gonna bother Kupic as he falls to the ground and milk that clock.
And again, Kaya FC just lurking around the attacking third. Just not enough.
There's a foul called on Casambre on his way going down, bringing right Schilt along him. So free kick for one Taguig in the dying moments of the game. Dizon finding Diaz on the right. Dizon again. Gonna try to waste the time of Kaya. Ball rolls out for a goal kick.
Time not on the side of Kaya FC. Only 2 minutes, a minute and a half left. Really to create anything here to at least salvage a point. One Taguig. They've looked solid all around the park. I truly feel that they're here to make a statement, especially with this matchup.
One Taguig making sure that Kaya will not find a gap in their defense. Bugas with that long ball forward for Bedic. Omaso brings it down for Dizon. Toffner giving chase to keep that ball in play, and he will. Last minute of play for Kaya and one Taguig. Toffner brings it back to Casambre.
Look at one Taguig, every single player down to defend.
Custodio with the clearance on that Bedic's header. Toffner once again on the ball, looking for the cross. Rota inside the box. Sato clears it. Diano couldn't take the shot. Toffner gets the ball again. Is this last chance? Salute for Kaya. Rota looking for the pass. Daniels. Bias. Sliding effort from Toffner. Gets the ball. Throw in for Kaya FC Iloilo. And I think the bench of one Taguig FC is asking for a foul on the challenge of Toffner on Hartman, but nothing has been given by Basina. Here's a closer look into it.
That he got the ball, but equally the man as well.
Kupic with a punch out. Melisa with the cross. Clearance. Is this it? A sliding effort. Omaso clears it to the delight of the one Taguig FC fans as they have broken loose and have penetrated the league leaders in Kaya FC Iloilo.
You have to give it to one Taguig, regardless of what they're going through off the pitch, whether their coach is available or not. They're making a big statement here with their backs against the wall, everything not going their way off the pitch. On the pitch, they will still deliver a quality performance, get the win, beating Kaya FC, getting those important 3 points, and stuttering Kaya FC's dominance in this league.
One Taguig FC shocking the league leaders, Kaya FC Iloilo. Frank Akoto's goal in the 31st minute was enough for Coach Arvin Soliman and One Taguig FC to take all 3 points and move up the ladder here in this Philippines Football League. Final thoughts on the match, Tasha?
You really just have to give it a valiant effort for One Taguig. When push comes to shove, they prove to be that they can be title contenders, beating the defending champions, Kaya FC. This is the first time that they've beaten them. As we talked about the last 3 head-to-heads, One Taguig have not won against them, but this time around, able to turn things around. In the start of the second half, you saw that Kaya FC were able to create chances, found themselves in the attacking third, enjoyed much of the possession, but it was One Taguig that were more dangerous despite the few possession that they had. This was one of the closest chances that they've had. Kupic did really well. Defensive line, everyone was on point. Midfield block, doing the runs on the attack and defense. And of course, the attacking players as well, knowing when to slow things down, knowing when to create a chance. It's been a great performance for One Taguig so far. There was doubt for a while when they lost to Manila Digger if they can really be title contenders. But then after bouncing back, the big win versus Army, they've doubled it now again, and now on a 2-game winning streak, making things that much more interesting in the PFL.
One Taguig FC doing what all the other 5 clubs couldn't do against Kaya FC Iloilo. And as we close the night out here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, it's been a pleasure calling this game with you, Tasha. And from everybody here at the stadium, we thank you all for catching this game between One Taguig FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. One Taguig winning 1-0 against Kaya FC Iloilo. Maraming salamat po at magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.
Big result today. What are your thoughts on the game?
Obviously, I'm proud of everyone involved, everybody involved, the whole team. We did our homework, and honestly, it's a good win. But I'm not surprised with the team that we have. I'm not surprised. We can beat anybody in the league. Kaya, we have to do better than against Tigers, but not surprised. But I'm super proud of everyone involved.
You already lost one big game this season, but you bounced back this game. What was the message from the coaching staff this game?
Obviously, against Tigers, everybody felt a bit off, and we had to switch on. We had to stay more compact. Our target was to stay more compact. Against Tigers, we're too stretched. Now today, we brought the game. We let them play. We stay compact. It worked. I feel like, except of the last few minutes, it was clueless. We were dominating we out the ball, with the ball. Okay.
And what's your message to the One Taguig fans?
We have to keep going for everybody, all to One Taguig supporters. We have to keep going. Everything is at stake. I feel we can win the championship from day one. I said we can win. I still believe we can win.